Have you ever had that feeling, that little tug in your heart, telling you that some things are just for you? As we get on in years, we collect a lifetime of stories, memories, and yes, even a few secrets. It's one of the great lessons of a long life. Learning that not every thought needs to be spoken out loud, and not every truth needs an audience, even with the people we love most. Our lives are like a private garden, and there are certain parts that deserve to be kept sacred, tended to only by our own hands until the very end. After 75, many of us start looking back, really thinking about what matters. And you know what's surprising? So many people find their golden years disrupted, not because of something they did, but because of something they said. Some truths, once they're out there, can create a strange distance where love used to feel so simple. Some opinions once shared can be misunderstood and replayed in someone's mind for years. And some memories, when you open that door, bring a whole lot more sorrow than they do understanding. In our time together today, we're going to explore 4 specific things that are often best kept private as you age. Now, this isn't about being deceptive or dishonest. Far from it. This is about protecting your peace of mind, your dignity, and the loving bonds you've worked a lifetime to build. Each one of these touches on something deeply personal, and by understanding them, you'll learn how to keep the balance and respect in the relationships that mean the world to you. So please, stick with me, because what we talk about today could truly help you sidestep unnecessary heartache, strengthen your family connections, and guard your inner peace for all the years to come. Let's dive in. Number 1, the nitty-gritty details of your finances. Let's just say it. Money has a funny, almost magical way of changing the feeling in a room, even among the people you trust with your life. When you're younger, talking openly about finances can feel transparent and smart. But after a certain age, wisdom whispers that a little bit of silence on the subject is a form of protection, both for you and for them. You've worked your entire life to build what you have. You've made choices, incredible sacrifices, and probably a few mistakes that only you can truly understand. But the moment you start laying out all the details, exactly how much you've saved, where every dollar is invested, and what you plan to leave behind, you're not just sharing information. You're inviting opinions, expectations, and sometimes a quiet resentment that no one ever means to feel. Even the most loving children can't help but see you a little differently once they know the exact numbers. The truth is, money isn't just paper, it's loaded with emotion. It can spark a subtle competition between siblings, create unspoken pressure for you to share before you're ready, or lead to arguments over decisions that should be yours and yours alone. And once those kind of conversations start, they are nearly impossible to take back. Psychologically, having financial boundaries is what keeps your sense of independence and dignity intact. It's a quiet reminder to everyone, including yourself, that you are still the captain of your own ship. This isn't about secrecy born from a lack of trust. It's about preserving the peace. Your family members, especially your adult children, have the best intentions, but their well-meaning opinions can easily blur into influence. And before you know it, your freedom to live your life on your own terms can start to quietly slip away. Now, this absolutely doesn't mean leaving your loved ones in the dark. Preparing a will, getting your important papers in order, and appointing a trusted person to handle your affairs are profound acts of love and responsibility. But sharing every last bank statement and investment detail ahead of time, that just complicates things and invites drama. Think about a man named Robert, 82 years old. He decided to tell his family the exact amount he had set aside for their inheritance. What started with tearful gratitude slowly morphed into something else. There were subtle comments about his spending, unspoken judgments about his choices, and a quiet rivalry that began to brew between his kids. In his final years, he confided in a friend that his single biggest regret was not keeping his financial cards closer to his chest. When talked about too freely, money can build walls where you thought you were building bridges. The peace of your later years really depends on how you manage the emotions around your money. By keeping those details private, you're not just protecting your bank account, you're protecting the purity of your relationships. Let your family love you for who you are, not for what they think you have. Number 2, the full story of your deepest regrets. Anyone who has lived a long life knows that memories start to visit more often than plans for the future. You find yourself replaying old conversations, choices you made at a crossroads, people you lost touch with, and moments you desperately wish you could have a do-over on. Regret softens with time, like a stone in the river, but it never completely vanishes. And with that, sometimes comes a powerful urge to confess, to share a lifetime of these burdens with your family before you go. But here's a profound truth that only age can teach you. Not every regret needs a witness. Some burdens find peace only with the person who carries them, not with those who are asked to listen. There are simply things about your journey that your family might never fully grasp, not because they don't love you, but because they didn't walk in your shoes. When you unpack your deepest regrets, you risk shifting the way they see you. They might stop seeing the strong, capable parent or grandparent they've always looked up to, and instead see someone fragile, someone broken that they feel a sudden need to fix or pity. That's not what you want. You're not looking for sympathy. You're looking for peace. And often, that peace is something only you can grant yourself. Sharing every past mistake can also unintentionally place a heavy weight on your family's shoulders, a guilt that isn't theirs to carry. They might start feeling sad for things that happened long before they were even around. The beauty of growing older is learning that true peace often comes from private release, not public revelation. Forgiving yourself, quietly and completely, can be far more healing than trying to narrate every painful chapter of your life to others. You've already lived through it. You don't need to reopen old wounds just to show them the scars. Psychologists see regrets as emotional signposts, proof that you have loved deeply, cared fiercely, and truly tried. But sharing every single one with your family can blur the lines, pulling them into a past they can't change and emotions they can't resolve. Your family doesn't need to know every sorrow you've held to love you completely. They already see your strength in the way you've lived, survived, and grown. The quiet dignity with which you carry your own history teaches them more than any confession ever could. If there are things that still trouble you, find a private outlet. Write them in a journal, speak them in a prayer, or share them with a single trusted friend or counselor. But keep the most personal regrets as sacred ground between you and your own soul. Holding on to parts of your past isn't a lie. It's an act of grace. It allows your loved ones to remember you for your wisdom, not your wounds. If this is resonating with you, I'd love to know you're here with me. Just drop a 2 in the comment below. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell. Your support truly helps us keep making content that matters. Number 3, the true market value of what you own. Your possessions, your home, your cherished heirlooms, that piece of land you've held on to, they all have a way of quietly shaping how people see you. As you get older, these things become more than just objects. They become symbols of the life you've built. But the moment you start putting a price tag on everything, sharing the exact value of what you own, you invite a different kind of attention. It's an attention that isn't always rooted in love, but in perception. You might be thinking, but they're my family. I trust them completely. And of course, you do. But even the kindest, most wonderful people can be subtly influenced by the thought of money. When people know exactly what you have, it can change the whole dynamic. Conversations can become a little more cautious. Unspoken expectations can start to grow in the silence, and small disagreements can mysteriously balloon into deep-seated family drama. This isn't about being paranoid. It's about being protective. You're protecting the pure, simple nature of your relationships, making sure that your worth is measured by the life you've lived and the love you've shared, not by a dollar amount. Once people know the numbers, they can't help but form opinions about what you should sell, what you should keep, or who deserves what down the line. And the second that starts happening, your peace of mind begins to fade. Keeping the monetary value of your assets private isn't hiding. It's wisdom. You're drawing a healthy line in the sand. Think of Eleanor, a 78-year-old widow who casually mentioned the appraised value of her home to her children over dinner one night. What began as an innocent piece of information soon spiraled. Her kids started having what-if conversations: who might want a house, how they'd handle a sale, and even what to do with her furniture after she was gone. None of them meant any harm. But for Eleanor, it felt like they were already living in a world without her. The emotional distance it created was heartbreaking. You spent a lifetime earning your comfort and security. You don't owe anyone a detailed inventory of it. So when it comes to what you own, the house, the savings, the antiques, it's often best to speak in principles, not price tags. Let your family know that you're prepared and that things are in order, but don't let the specifics become the new focus of your relationship. True family peace often depends less on size of an inheritance and more on a sense of fairness and respect. Let your possessions serve you quietly without defining you. Number 4, the full depth of your fears. As the years go by, our fears tend to change. They grow quieter, but they also grow deeper. They're no longer about missing promotion at work, but about being forgotten. They're not about tomorrow's deadline, but about who will be there for you or how the world will go on when you're no longer in it. These are heavy, profound fears, and they can weigh on the heart like an unspoken prayer. And yet, no matter how heavy they feel, it's often wise not to share the full extent of them with your family. While honesty is a cornerstone of any good relationship, pouring out every single fear can create a burden they're simply not equipped to carry. When you reveal every worry about your health, about being lonely, about the end of life, you might think you're just being open, but what you might actually be doing is transferring your anxiety directly onto the people you love most. Your children and grandchildren look to you for strength. They draw their own courage from the steady presence you've always been in their lives. When they sense too much fear from you, it deeply unsettles them, not because they don't care, but because they feel powerless to fix it. It creates a quiet helplessness that can linger in their hearts long after the conversation is over. There is incredible wisdom in shielding them from the full weight of what you feel. This isn't about hiding. It's about protecting. The role of an elder isn't just to pass down stories. It's to be a source of calm, even in the face of the unknown. When you face your fears with quiet dignity, you teach one of life's greatest lessons by example. You show them that courage isn't the absence of fear, but the graceful acceptance of it. It is completely normal to feel uneasy about growing older, to worry about losing your independence, or to be scared of what comes next. But these feelings are part of your journey, and you've earned the right to navigate them in your own way. Not every emotion needs an audience. Find healthy, private ways to express these fears. Write them down. Share them with a trusted friend from your own generation who just gets it, or talk to a spiritual advisor or counselor. These safe outlets allow you to release what's heavy without unsettling those who lean on your steadiness. Remember, true strength isn't pretending you're fearless. It's knowing what to hold private so that love, not worry, is what defines your family's memories of you. The calm you project becomes their foundation. The peace you model becomes their inheritance. If you're still here with me and finding this helpful, would you mind commenting with a "for below"? It means so much to know we're connecting. And again, a gentle reminder to subscribe so we can continue this journey together. Final thoughts. As we wrap up our time together, let's just take a quiet moment to sit with these 4 ideas. The details of your finances, the full story of your regrets, the price tag on your possessions, and the depth of your fears. Each of these holds a unique power, a power that can either protect your peace or completely disrupt it, all depending on how you choose to share. The greatest wisdom of our later years isn't just about what we say, it's about what we choose to hold close. Silence, when it's guided by love and wisdom, becomes a powerful shield. It preserves your dignity, prevents painful misunderstandings, and keeps your most precious relationships pure and free from unnecessary strain. You've lived long enough to know that some truths don't need to be explained to be understood. Some things live best in the quiet of your own heart, guiding how you love, how you lead, and how you leave your mark on this world. By keeping certain things private, you're not being distant. You're being profoundly wise. You are protecting your peace, your legacy, and the beautiful harmony of the family you've spent a lifetime building. Let the people you love remember you for your strength, your calm, and your quiet confidence. Let them carry forward your lessons, not your worries. You've more than earned the right to keep some things just for you. Thank you for spending this time with me today. I would genuinely love to hear from you. Please, leave a comment below and share one piece of wisdom you've learned about what to hold close in your own life. Your thoughts are so important, and reading your comments gives us all encouragement. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need to hear it. Your support helps us continue creating content that hopefully informs and inspires. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.